Okay, double rebate. So this video will show you how to do a double rebate. Essentially both pieces are cut out identically. Yeah. So to mark this out, you just need the marking gauge, and you set the marking gauge to half the thickness of your timber. And there's a pretty easy way to get this right. If you just use your marking gauge and get it where you think halfway is, put a little mark in your timber, turn the marking gauge around, and if the point falls back in the same hole, you know you've got it set halfway. So let's put this in the vise. So we use our marking gauge to mark across the end and down the edge, but we're not going very far down the edge. Then from the end, we don't change our marking gauge, we leave it set. And down our edge. Down our edge. Use a pencil. Just mark that out. Now your other pieces of timber are going to be marked out identical, so you might as well mark all of them all at once. I'm only going to do one for the sake of this video. We're ready to cut. So similar to a rebated butt joint, it gets cut out the same way. So we use our tenon saw, we'll cut right alongside our line we've marked there. So I'm checking my depth pretty regularly to make sure I'm not cutting too deep. And so I know where I'm cutting. All right, we're going to chisel that out. That broke nearly all the way down, so take your time. Take off a little bit at a time. Now that I'm close, I will put my chisel in the mark that was left by the marking gauge. I'll chisel in. Put your mallet down and just pairing, remove, get it flat all the way down to that mark. Remember, keep your fingers behind the blade. Now the chisel should be sharp. If it's not, this process will be really difficult. So you want it razor sharp. There we go. I just so happen to do the other one for the sake of this video, so they're both identical. They will place together like so, and we're going to nail it together. And like before, I'm going to mark where I place the nails. Place this down in the vise. shorter nails this time, as the nail should be double the thickness of what you're nailing through. So we're only nailing through this small rebate here, so the nail should be at least double that thickness. We'll start our nails. Alright, the nail should be on an angle. Hopefully you can see that. Place it in the rebate. Use your fingers to make sure it's centered correctly. Put the nails most of the way in. Check that everything's lined up. If it's not, we can still pull those nails out at this stage. When you're ready, hammer them home. And there's our double rebate.